Hey guys, Dr. Mike here. You've probably heard the term insulin resistance thrown around a lot, especially when we talk about conditions like type 2 diabetes, but what does it actually mean? And more importantly, is it something you can actually reverse naturally? That's what we're talking about today. We're diving deep into insulin resistance, breaking down how it develops, why it's considered the root cause of type 2 diabetes, and most importantly, what you can start doing today to reverse it and reclaim your health. We're talking diet, lifestyle changes, and even some natural supplements that can make a big difference. So if you're ready to take control of your metabolic health, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is insulin resistance? Now, insulin is a hormone that your pancreas makes. Think of it like a key. When you eat, especially carbohydrates, your body breaks them down into glucose, which is basically sugar that your cells use for energy. Insulin's job is to take that glucose from your bloodstream and unlock your cells so that the glucose can get in and be used as fuel. But here's where the problem starts. With insulin resistance, your cells become resistant to insulin's message. They stop responding to it properly. It's like the lock on your cell door is jammed, and insulin can't get the glucose inside. As a result, more and more glucose stays stuck in your bloodstream. Your pancreas senses this and starts working overtime, pumping out even more insulin to try and overcome the resistance. Over time, this constant overproduction of insulin takes a toll on your pancreas. It can't keep up forever. Eventually, it starts to wear out and your insulin production decreases. That's when your blood sugar levels start to rise significantly, and you're diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Now, you might be wondering, what causes this whole insulin resistance thing in the first place? Well, there are a few key culprits. One of the biggest contributors is a poor diet, and I'm not just talking about sugar. While sugary drinks and sweets are definitely a problem, it's also about those refined carbohydrates like white bread, pasta, and processed foods. These foods break down quickly into sugar, spiking your blood glucose and putting a strain on your insulin response. Next up, we have inactivity. Look, in today's world, it's easy to fall into a sedentary lifestyle. But the truth is, our bodies are designed to move. When you're inactive, your muscles aren't using up glucose for energy, which can lead to insulin resistance. And then we have stress. We all experience stress, but when it becomes chronic, it wreaks havoc on your body. Chronic stress increases the production of cortisol, a hormone that can actually raise your blood sugar levels and contribute to insulin resistance. Sleep? Yeah, that's important too. Not getting enough sleep, and I'm talking quality sleep, messes with your hormones, including insulin. Poor sleep has been linked to increased insulin resistance overnight. And finally, we can't forget about belly fat. I'm talking specifically about visceral fat, the kind that surrounds your organs. This type of fat is hormonally active and pumps out inflammatory substances that can increase insulin resistance. Chapter 3. Now you might be thinking, okay, Dr. Mike, this all sounds bad, but how do I know if I actually have insulin resistance? Well, the tricky thing is that in the early stages, you might not have any noticeable symptoms. But even before your blood sugar levels get high enough for a pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes diagnosis, there are some subtle signs your body might be sending you. One of the most common signs is constant fatigue. If you're constantly feeling tired and drained, even after a full night's sleep, it could be a sign that your cells aren't getting enough glucose for energy because of insulin resistance. Another common sign is brain fog. You know that feeling when you can't seem to think straight. You're forgetful and you just feel mentally sluggish. Yeah, that could be insulin resistance messing with your brain's fuel supply. And let's not forget about those sugar cravings. When your cells are resistant to insulin, they're not getting the glucose they need. So your body craves even more sugar to compensate. It's a vicious cycle. If you're struggling to lose belly fat, especially around your midsection, that could be another sign. Remember how we talked about visceral fat and it's linked to insulin resistance? And then there are the skin changes. Some people with insulin resistance develop dark patches of skin on the back of their neck, armpits, or groin. These patches are called acanthosis nigricans, and they're often a sign of insulin resistance. Now, I know this might sound overwhelming, but here's the good news. You can turn this around. Chapter 4. All right, let's talk solutions. Here are some powerful, natural ways to reverse insulin resistance and reclaim your health. First and foremost, we need to upgrade your diet, and I'm not talking about some crazy, restrictive diet. It's all about making sustainable changes that nourish your body. Focus on eating low-glycemic, whole foods. Think fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These foods break down slowly, preventing those blood sugar spikes that contribute to insulin resistance. Make protein your best friend. Protein not only helps you feel full and satisfied, but it also has a minimal impact on your blood sugar levels. Aim to include protein with every meal. Fiber is another superhero nutrient when it comes to reversing insulin resistance. Fiber slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, preventing those rapid spikes in glucose. And please do yourself a favor and avoid added sugars and refined carbohydrates like the plague. These are the biggest culprits behind insulin resistance, so minimizing them is crucial. Next up, we need to get you moving. Exercise is like medicine for insulin resistance. When you exercise, your muscles become more sensitive to insulin, meaning they can use glucose for energy more effectively. Aim for at least 20 to 30 minutes of brisk walking, resistance training, or even yoga most days of the week. And here's a pro tip. Even short walks after meals can significantly reduce insulin spikes. Sleep. I can't stress this enough. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, and establish a relaxing bedtime routine to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Stress management is key. Remember how we talked about chronic stress and its impact on cortisol and blood sugar? Well, finding healthy ways to manage stress is crucial for reversing insulin resistance. Try incorporating stress-reducing activities into your daily routine, like meditation, deep breathing exercises, journaling, or spending time in nature. And finally, let's talk about some natural supplements that can give you an extra edge in your fight against insulin resistance. Berberine is a plant compound that's been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and lower blood sugar levels. It's often called nature's metformin because it works in similar ways to the popular diabetes medication. Magnesium is another important mineral that plays a role in insulin signaling. Studies have shown that magnesium supplementation can improve insulin sensitivity, especially in people who are deficient. Alpha-lipoic acid is a powerful antioxidant that's been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and protect against nerve damage, a common complication of diabetes. Chapter 5. Guys, listen up. Insulin resistance doesn't just happen overnight. It's a gradual process that's often fueled by years of unhealthy lifestyle choices. But here's the good news. It's reversible. With consistent effort and by incorporating the strategies we talked about today, you can regain control of your metabolic health and prevent serious conditions like type 2 diabetes. Remember, you don't have to wait until your health reaches a crisis point. You can start making small, sustainable changes today that will have a big impact on your long-term health and well-being. Now, I know we covered a lot of information today, so I've created a free insulin resistance guide that you can download in the description below. It summarizes all the key points we discussed and provides you with actionable steps you can start implementing right away. And as always, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more science-backed health tips, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. This is T-Medical, and together we're reversing diabetes naturally. Hey guys, it's Dr. Mike. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something new about insulin resistance, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're doing to reverse your insulin resistance, or maybe some of the struggles you've had with it. And don't forget to check out my other videos where I break down even more health topics in a way that's easy to understand. Stay happy and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.